Man, one thing is for sure. One thing is for sure. Being an elder millennial, whoa, is big. Get you to do things faster, faster, and fast. Hi, I'm back. It's Ronald Haynie, and I'm going to do another read for you in accordance with what I said to you for Black History Month out of my novel, Duppy, You Reap What You Sow. Ways to get this novel is in the description box. You want an autographed copy? Read in the description box to find out what to do. And by all means, like this video, subscribe to this channel. You know what I mean? And those of you, all my subscribers out there, I do want to announce, I might have said it before, because, you know, we was all there together years ago. And unfortunately, my mom passed away, and it threw me off for years. So now I feel like I'm healing, but that's beside the point right now. My goal still to you is to just have a great time, you know, connecting with you around the world via my many talents bestowed upon me from the Almighty. So anyway, let's get into the read from chapter 3. I'm going to go live very shortly after this to read to you from chapter 4, because technically it is February the 4th now. And it's just a little past midnight here on the East Coast. Anyway, here we go. Duppy, You Reap What You Sow. A novel by Ronald Haynie. Here's an excerpt from the ending of chapter 3. Head in book. Helper chains, so I don't have to look in the light. Surprise! Anyway, here we go. At the ending of chapter 3, an excerpt from Duppy, You Reap What You Sow. Al slowly ascended to the top floor, virtually exhausted from the activities of his day. There was the early morning haircut and shave to making sure his numbers were in for the day on time. And then there was the doctor's appointment up on Convent Avenue in 145th, complete with routine EKGs, x-rays, and blood work. Then it was the downtown on the subway to the bank and to check on and pay more money to his insurance policies that would take care of his grandson the moment he passed away. Then it was back uptown on the subway to the elementary school down the block to vote Democrat. And then it was finally time for some food shopping. After coming from the Associated supermarket around the corner, and after all the business of running up and down and around town, Al was still anxious to get home, even contemplating an evening cup of coffee. It was election night, and he wanted to see if President Carter would make a second term, hoping that his vote would count. The 5-floor climb that kept him physically fit during his younger days was becoming harder for the aged man. Al was now 70 years old. Like most aging people, he was experiencing aches and pains all over his body. Still a fighter, yet in subconscious denial, he continued on with bag full of groceries, cane, and all. Baby Al should be here to help me with all this stuff. All this stuff is what he likes, he thought, passing the 4th floor. All these daggone Twinkies and cupcakes and potato chips, all this foolishness, and I gotta carry it. I damn near can't walk. It took him 11 minutes to make it to the 5th floor, a task that used to take 2 minutes upon his return home from the war to take care of his wife and 1-year-old daughter in 1945. He reached the top floor, looking down to the mid-landing, striving to catch his breath with pride. He wished he could run up and down the stairs forever, the impossible. He came into the apartment, flicking on the hallway light. Turning left, he made his way to the living room. Sitting the bag of groceries on the table, he fell onto the couch back first, relieved to be indoors out of the chill of the November evening, his cane falling to the floor. Staring across the room at the wall unit filled with pictures, his vision blurred. He exhaled. leaned over, and picked up his cane, then raised up off the couch. He shuffled across the living room to turn on the tiny TV, removing his autumn jacket. The nebulous black and white picture began to roll, manifesting itself. The broken volume button was turned as high as it went. He picked up the overrun grocery bags one by one and went into the kitchen, barely hearing the poll results. Time for a new TV, he thought, putting the groceries away. Once he finished, he returned to watch the elections. Al shook his head, watching independent running John Anderson and President Jimmy Carter get slaughtered by Republican running Ronald Reagan. Fighting sleep, he looked at his watch. Al thought, he been coming in late every night. I wonder where he be. In his second now, he gonna bang on that door. He peeked at his watch a second time, cognizant of the 6 p.m. curfew he gave Dwayne. Yup, 10 after. In his second now, he gonna bang on that door. A minute later, a dead silence. Then, bam, bam, bam! Al limped to the apartment door and opened it. Dwayne pushed his way inside and headed straight for the bathroom and shoved the door. The way Dwayne pushed past Al, nearly knocking the senior over, Al knew something was wrong. He dragged in front of the bathroom and peeked inside. Dwayne's head was buried inside the toilet. He had been out in Foster Project's staircase tagging graffiti, smoking joints, drinking shots of hard liquor with Eric, and became sick. He looked a mess with half of his head cornrowed and the rest of his hair out and in a frizzy frenzy. Al entered into the small bathroom to comfort his inebriated grandson. Baby Al, what's the devil's matter, son? You sick? He touched his shoulder, and Dwayne pushed his arm back away without looking, continuing to throw up, face still hidden in the toilet. Al went to help him again. You sick, baby Al? He shoved his grandfather's arm the second time, turning to look up. What the fuck you think? Huh? What it look like? Dwayne yelled with fiery red eyes crossing, proceeding to throw up again. He stuffed his head back into the toilet bowl. This boy is really getting to be too much. We really gonna be fighting around here, Al thought. He decided to try another method. Look, baby Al, I only want to help you. I love you, son, and you important to me. You okay? Dwayne stood up swaying, stumbling from the bathroom, leaving vomit all over the outside of the commode. One look at him proved he had drank himself into pure oblivion. He hissed at Al and staggered a few footsteps to his room while bouncing from wall to wall to preserve balance. Feeling for his room door, then finding it, Dwayne disappeared inside. Al creeped to Dwayne's room to look at him. Dwayne was stretched across his bed, snoring within seconds, lying on his stomach. Damn, Al thought. What the hell he doing drinking like that? Smelling like a daggone chimney and a no good polecat. I'm going to deal with him in the morning. He ain't going to want to get up. But I got a news flash for him. He getting out here in the morning to get to the schoolhouse, drunk or not. He returned to the living room and shut off the TV. Looks like we got a new president. Oh, good old Ronald Reagan. Seen one of them talkies he played in last week. He chuckled and hobbled back down the hall. In his hand, he had Dwayne's new set of house keys, letting down his guard and hoping that Dwayne was finally ready for the responsibility. He wanted to award his grandson with the keys, despite the boy being drunk. Besides, the kid is going to be 16. He crept into Dwayne's room and slipped the keys onto his homework desk. Al looked down on the grandson he loved. Dwayne dampened his once crispy white pillowcase with a ring of more vomit. Mouth wide open while snoring, he kept his hand in his pants. Al shook his head, exiting the room quietly. He gently closed Dwayne's bedroom door and resumed his nightly duties. And that was out of chapter 3, out of Duppy, You Reap What You Sow, a novel by Ronald Haynie. So I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to come back and read to you, lovely people, out of chapter 4, because it is now February the 4th, 2021. Okay, it was February 3rd. Now we're at chapter 3. So I hope you've been enjoying the novel. This is a perfect way to get ready for my audio book, if this is not the audio book. All right. So again, how to get the novel is in the description box. Read all about it so you can get your read on. And for your autographed copy, you already know what to do. And if you get it from Amazon, that's wonderful too. Thank you very much. And I'll be back with you. Ronald Haynie. Peace.